So the first one that we have for today is, am I the asshole for calling my uncle an incel? I'm gonna say no, but I mean maybe not. I mean if you have a younger niece or nephew who's chronically online, they probably will call everybody an incel, so who knows? Is like the other thing that I can think of, but I'm gonna say no. My uncle Robbie was divorced about 10 years ago. My family doesn't know, but I kept in touch with my ex-aunt Sarah. She's received her MBA and has a Gucci life without Uncle Robbie. All he has done is moved in with my grandma and cried for the last 10 years about not being in a relationship. All family events are filled with this bullcrap. I'm in college and I visited my parents this weekend and Robbie was there, with his self-pity hating on me because I'm a college freshman. He's complaining about what is wrong with women today. Oh god. I'm 18 and Robbie is 50 and acts like he should be dating women in their 20s. Oh god. As I get closer to 20, it's just gross and pathetic. Robbie goes off about how he wants a stay-at-home wife and someone to take care of him and be a helper. I asked him, what home? Because he lives with my grandma and has since his divorce. Ugh. He said girls my age are gold diggers, talking to my younger 16-year-old brother and me like we are his age and would be dating someone our age. What the heck? I asked him again, what gold and house are these women after, and how are you going to provide for a stay-at-home wife if you don't have gold or a home or even a nice car, since he was at our house having my dad and brother help him with his car. I told him my brother and I have nicer cars than him and we only work part-time. My brother started laughing because he had said the same crap about Uncle Robbie. Robbie tried to clap back and say he has different bills and he started calling me, telling my dad this is what happens in women when they go to college. Oh my gosh, shut up. We don't know our place. Oh my gosh, shut up. I told my uncle I'd rather be a bitch than an incel who lives with his mom at 50. Got him. Got him. My dad had me leave the room and not be disrespectful. My mom decided we are all going to the movies with my brothers, leaving my dad to work at Uncle Robbie's car alone. Probably not the asshole. I'm gonna say not the asshole. OP has offered the following explanation for why they think they might be the asshole. Robbie is still my uncle and I laugh at him and made fun of him to his face. No, I mean if you have the gall to say that kind of stuff, then I mean deal with the consequences of it. Not the asshole. Tell your dad that respect is earned. Just because Robbie is older doesn't mean you need to respect him or his misogynistic and disgusting views. He started it by hating on you. Old dudes need to learn it. Don't start none, won't be none. Dad is an asshole if he told only you not to be disrespectful and didn't include Robbie as well. Incel called you a and you should know your place and not go to school, and Daddy Dearest supported that over you. Daddy needs to tell his basement-dwelling incel bro to not be a misogynistic asshole to his daughter. Gee, wonder why such a fine catch like Robbie is still single. When you go low contact with your family over this stuff someday, you can refer them to this post. Damn. Yeah, not the asshole. Am I the asshole for telling my friend that I'm sorry her parents don't love her as much as mine love me? Yes. This might be a like poke the bear situation based off the title, but I'm gonna say yes. We'll see though. I, 22 female, have a friend, Amy, 22 female, who I met in college. Currently, we are in our last semester of college. I live alone, but she shares her apartment with 2 other people. We never really spoke about our finances much, but I know that both of our parents currently pay our rent. The issue started when we talked about our future plans. I told her that I'm probably going to get a job and do my master's at the same time so that I can save up a little, but also to finally have my own money to spend on some things that I loved and to travel. She laughed at me and asked me what kind of salary I expect while working part-time to be able to afford all that. I shrugged and said I didn't have any expenses that I need to cover really, just food and that's it. She looked shocked and asked me about rent and stuff, and I said my parents will be paying for it. She then went on a rant about becoming an adult, how she can't wait to be independent, how she doesn't want to take money from her parents and stuff like that. For the most part, I tried to nod my head and listen to her, but then she said something like, I'd feel like a bad daughter if I were you, and that really made me feel embarrassed. Trying to embarrass her is weird. My parents want to pay for my apartment. They can easily afford it, and I'm not the type of person to be ungrateful for it. I spend a lot of time with them. I know they don't lack money for anything. They travel, own their house, have a good retirement plan. They don't mind paying for me, and I don't mind taking it. We have a good relationship. I know this won't be forever, and I don't expect it to be. Just a few years until I finish my degree and get a higher paying job. I got annoyed and told her to drop it. We can talk about something else, but she continued talking about how her parents want her to be a real adult. How I'll never want to be ambitious unless I struggle, and just more and more nonsense. Not sure how important it is, but between the two of us, my grades are significantly better, and I'm a few exams ahead of her in terms of passing this semester. I just cut her off and said, well, I don't know, maybe my parents love me more than yours love you, so they want to pay. I'm sorry for that. Can we now talk about something else? Oh my god. We didn't talk since, and I do feel bad since I know that love has nothing to do with money, and looking back, it's such a rude thing to say, but I just said it to shut her up because she was insulting me and calling me spoiled for no reason. I wasn't even the one to start this conversation, nor did I probe into her finances. She was the one who kept it going. Ever since that day, I feel a pit in my stomach and I really didn't want to insult her. Info edit. Just adding some stuff because I feel like it may be relevant. I feel like Amy's intention wasn't genuine because she currently accepts her parents paying rent, food, utilities, everything. So do I. The conversation was about after college. I mentioned my academic success because she said I will never be ambitious when I try really hard. We also don't live in the USA, and parent support isn't so uncommon. And lastly, while this may not convince people, I really do appreciate my parents and everything they do for me. I don't plan to leech on them, and this is something they know that that's what matters to me. It just feels a little out of pocket to be like, I'm sorry my parents love me and they don't love you. Like, I understand that she was like going a little far, but I don't know. She did keep going, and maybe I don't know, like, she shouldn't have kept going, but that was, I feel like there were a couple of responses you could have said before reaching to that level. I don't know. OP has offered the following explanation for why they think they might be the asshole. I insulted my friend after I got annoyed with her comments, and I think I may be the asshole because I shouldn't have been rude. I'm gonna say, I mean, she sucks, but OP kinda sucks for saying that too. Everybody sucks here? Everyone sucks here. Definitely an asshole for saying such a thing. Money does not equal love, ever. That said, she was an asshole for not dropping the subject earlier and trying to make you feel like you were taking advantage of your parents. Both of you have loving parents. They may not have the same amount of money, but besides that, they can have different ideas about the best ways to support your careers and lives. In this case, since you do have better grades, you are perhaps a better candidate for a master's program, which in the long run will make continuing to support you a good investment. She may want to continue her education, but her parents have decided they will not support her past her bachelor's. That doesn't mean they don't love her as much. They may have limited funds. Note she has roommates to reduce expenses. Or they may rightly believe she's not a good candidate for an advanced degree. But you have to see that she is trying to reconcile her situation and yours without thinking her parents don't love her. Certainly there are students who want to stay in college at their parents' expense for as long as possible and avoid having to take care of themselves financially. I don't think that applies to either of you. Yeah, it just feels out of pocket that she said that. It just feels out of pocket. She did admit it was wrong, but yeah, I think everyone sucks here. Am I the asshole for not defending my friend when my fiance was mean to her? Oh man, this one feels tricky. I'm gonna say no, and it's because I think that maybe like it was another poke the bear. A lot of poke the bear situations today. But I don't know, sometimes the people's significant others are just really mean too, you know? I don't know. I'm gonna say no. I don't know. I'm kind of regretting it a little bit. We'll see though. I, 26 male, have been engaged to my fiance Ziara, 26 female, for 6 months now. We were friends in high school and only started dating when we were around 22. We were close in high school. We were in the same friend group, but drifted apart and reconnected at uni, so it's safe to say I do know her really well. She's a kind person most of the time. However, she knows how to cut deep when the situation warrants it. I've witnessed it at times, and she can make people cry. Damn. So one of my friend groups mostly consists of gamers. I don't hang out with them in person that much because I'm not very social and prefer spending time with my fiance. Even during calls, I'm mostly muted or don't talk, but I do enjoy their company. I guess I'm just shy. My friends know I have a fiance, and they invited her out with us last night. There were girls in our friend group, like 2 of them, and this other girl in our group who can be a bit of a pick-me girl. I'll call her Emma. She gets along well with the rest of us, but sometimes she can be a bit annoying. So last night, we all went out to dinner, and the other two girls and my girl were getting along really well. They really hit it off until Emma joined us later in the evening. She started off making passive aggressive backhanded comments to Ziara, who initially just rolled her eyes and laughed, but I told Emma to stop because I didn't want the night to end with someone crying. She took this as a joke, but stopped messing with her for a while, and then she started up again. Oh my god. I think she was trying to make my fiance insecure or jealous or something, but Emma just kept saying how close we are because we game. That's weird. Yara knows I'm not close with her because every time I play with them, she is either in my lap or right next to me watching me play. Emma told her not to worry about her because she wasn't going to take me away from her. What? Zara smiled at her and... Oh. Zara smiled at her. I knew the night was over. She looked Emma up and down and said, "You take him from me? Good luck." Emma tried defending herself and brushing it off as a joke, but Zara just kind of let loose, I guess. She called Emma a pathetic excuse of a woman and asked her if she needs malvalidation that desperately or if she's actually deluded her enough to think she, Emma, is more important than her in my life, among other things. I'm not going to lie. I do kind of think it's hot when she gets like this, so I just sat by and watched, and Emma started crying, and we left after, and she said thank you to the rest of my friends. Oh my god. The girls in my group have been messaging me and saying I should have stopped Ziara and maybe not have let her be so rude, and Emma has gone radio silent. My other friends think Ziara is justified, and I do too, but did she take it too far, and should I have stopped her? Am I the asshole? No. Like, why would you say that comment? As soon as you say a comment like that, you are responsible for your, like, you shouldn't have said that in the first place. Oh my god, that's such a weird joke to make. OP has offered the following explanation for why they think they might be the asshole. I may be the asshole for not stopping my fiance when making one of the girls in my friend group cry. No! Sometimes people like that need to just be told off. Like, oh my god, I don't know. Not the asshole. Emma said things that were inappropriate. She was told to stop, but she didn't. There was nothing funny about what she said. The girls in my group have a message. Yeah, who tried to stop Emma? Literally, who tried to stop Emma? Like, oh my gosh. In my opinion, it should have been OP. If he'd come down hard on Emma when she did the whole "I won't try and steal your man even though I could," he wouldn't have put his fiancée in place to be the villain. Not the asshole, she deserved it, but maybe work on your assertiveness in future. Friends could have said something. He could have warned, but I don't know. He knows that she's a pick-me, too. He could have warned. Not the asshole. I do kind of agree, like, maybe Opie should have stopped it, but also the friend should have stopped it. It should have just, there was plenty of opportunities for it to stop, and girlfriend or fiance is not in the wrong. Am I the asshole for snapping at my parents for treating me like a second mom than their daughter? No, I'm gonna say no. I, 23 female, am the oldest of 3 siblings. My parents divorced when I was 6, and both of them moved on. My mom remarried, had 2 kids, then divorced again. My dad has a daughter with his current girlfriend. We're a big mixed family, and we actually get along pretty well. I love my siblings and I help them a lot, especially when we have family gatherings, but lately it feels like I'm expected to do everything. My parents only really talk to me when they want something. Now I'm 3 months pregnant with my fiance, and 2 weeks ago we had a family gathering. Like usual, I ended up watching all the kids. I didn't mind much until after dinner. I sat down with a brownie sundae when my little sister, one of my mom's kids, asked for a bite. I gave her some, but then she kept asking for more, and I ended up giving her most of it. My fiance said, "Okay, now leave your big sister some," and my dad responded with something like, "You should realize an older sister is like a second mother, and that won't change even when she has her own kids." That hurt a little. I had really wanted that dessert, but I gave it up for my sister anyway. And hearing my dad basically say that although I'll always be expected to take care of everyone, even when I have my own baby, just hurt. My fiance tried to brush it off and went to see if there was still some left, but my parents got defensive and started listing all the things an older sister should expected to do. This poor girl. I snapped and told them they've never really treated me like a daughter, just someone who's expected to help out all the time. I immediately regretted it and apologized, but my mom grabbed my sister and didn't talk to me for the rest of the night. Oh, this poor daughter. Oh my god. My dad didn't say anything, but now he barely responds to my text. I'm worried I messed up my relationship with my parents and siblings. Did I overreact, or how do I fix this? Oh my god. No! Oh my god. They don't respect you, girl. Oh my god. They're blowing up over something like this when this is like a reasonable reaction, and they're like punishing you for that? That's weird. Not the asshole. Oh my god. OP has offered the following explanation for why they think they might be the asshole. I've never said anything like that before, and I don't want to lose my siblings over this. I never wanted to make it seem like my siblings are a burden. They're not. Your parents are making it seem like that. That's fucking weird. Not the asshole. My fiance said, okay, now leave your big sister some, and my dad responded with something. It sounds like you have been parentified your entire life. Your parents and younger siblings need to learn you are not their parent. You are an older sister. When you have your baby, they will become the main focus in your life, and parents are going to have to get on board with that. Oh gosh. Thank you for this. It's really comforting to know that I'm not overreacting. I felt like a second parent for so long, but I'm definitely going to have to set boundaries, especially with my baby on the way. I just hope my parents can understand and adjust because I love my siblings and don't want to hurt them. Aww. OP, why did you apologize to your parents? They used you. You need to grow a backbone and stand up for yourself, or when you have your baby, your parents will dump their kids on you, and your poor baby will never have one-on-one with you. The parents likely won't adjust. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like she's, I don't know, like, they reacted so harshly. I don't know how they would react if she, like, actually stood her ground a little bit more. I don't think it would go well. Am I the asshole for refusing to change my daughter's name or give my half-sister's daughter this stuffy from my grandma? I'm confused. No? This is probably about to be so, like, too much. Alright, let's see. Sorry if the title is a little confusing. A little bit. Here's the situation with background included. I, 26 female, was only 3 or 4 when my father married my stepmother. I had no mother in my life or no family from my father. My stepmother and most of her family did not accept me as theirs, though. To be perfectly honest, neither did my father. He always treated me like a burden, or like I chose to make his life more difficult by daring to be born. Oh god. The exception to all this was my grandma, who was my stepmother's mom. She embraced and loved me as her granddaughter, even among her bio grandkids. I was always equal to her, and some people accused her of favoring me above the real grandkids. Oh my god. When my half-sister was born, this caused so many issues because she refused to treat me as less even after that. My half-sister hated it when we were growing up because her parents would make such a fuss out of it. She was always so jealous, even though grandma loved and treated her well too. I think everyone had this expectation that if I was a grandkid too, that meant she loved the real ones less. What? I know grandma fought with the whole family over their disregard for me. She even confronted my father on acting like I had any choice in being born. But he didn't care. Nobody did. Nobody changed their behavior towards me. And my half-sister and grandma became a bit estranged when my half-sister entered her teens because my half-sister became very demanding that grandma ignore me. She insulted grandma for letting me play with her, grandma's childhood stuffy, but never letting anyone else play with it. She told grandma to leave me out of the will. What the? This is so spiteful. She told grandma I wasn't a real member of the family. Grandma was so disappointed in her for being so bratty about it. She saw her less, which pissed my father and stepmother off. You guys, wicked witch family. What is this, Cinderella? Poor OP. When grandma got sick, she publicly announced that she is gifting me her childhood stuffy and that she wanted me to have it for my future children as a memory of her. It pissed everyone off, but she did it before she died. Grandma also told me, after I had mentioned wanting to name a future child after her, that she would be honored. She also encouraged me to break free from our so-called family without shame, which I did when she died. That was 3 years ago. I gave birth to my daughter a few weeks ago. After announcing her birth and name on social media, I had my half-sister, now 20 female, reach out to me through different platforms and through an old number to cuss me out and tell me I stole the name from her. What? Oh! That she's due in several weeks and was going to name her daughter after grandma, and how dare I use the name for someone who wasn't my family. My eyes are gonna roll out of my head. Oh my god. She called me all kinds of names. I hung up on her instead of listening, but then more contact came through different platforms and blocking seemed to be evaded on some of them. I was also told I should be giving her the stuffy for her daughter, and now I'm a f***ing shit or not. Am I the asshole? Dude, what the no. OP has offered the following explanation for why they think they might be the asshole. I think OP knows that these people suck. I refuse to change my daughter's name for my half sister or give Grandma Steffi to her for her daughter. Something Grandma gave me. The reason I might be the asshole is because nobody else in the family talks to me or wants me to have anything of Grandma's, which is why she gave me this stuffy like she did, and why I don't talk to any of them. But she had bio relatives who always made it clear I shouldn't be included, so I guess it would be weird for me to continue to go on with Grandma being my grandma and honoring her with the name, even knowing my half sister wants to use it, and for not simply giving the stuffy back to them. Dude, not the asshole. Your family is weird, especially after you cut contact with them. She can keep trying all she wants. That is your child. You have a special bond with her. Like, bro, come on. Not the asshole. This is clear. Your grandmother adopted you in her heart, and what she gave you is a gift from your true family. She told you she would be honored by giving your daughter her name. She also encouraged me to break free from our so-called family without shame. The reason your grandma gave you this advice surely was also to protect you against manipulation and control. Stay true to her and follow her advice. Accept her love and her gifts without shame. Don't let others taint that or steal any of it from you. Yup, absolutely agree. Aw, this is sad.